Here, take a quick look at how many orbs of power I'm generating, all the health that I'm getting as I'm running around playing super aggressive. This is the power of Arc Titan, Bolt Charge, and Edge of Fate. Guys, today I'm sharing version 1 of my legendary Arc Titan build. So this setup has everything you could possibly need. Reload speed, ammo generation, weapon damage bonuses, incredible ability spam, and on top of that, insane survivability for you and your team. This setup completely destroyed the legendary campaign and has been destroying the legendary tier when you run around Kepler. I plan to take this to continue to grind power, and the later versions that I develop for this setup will just have even better stats. But for now, we're sharing the first version and what I'm looking for when doing my builds right now. So Chris of Alpha Lupi ended up getting buffed in this expansion. So not only do you make more orbs from your supers, you also get health regen whenever you cast a barricade, whenever you deal sustained damage behind a barricade, and also when you defeat targets behind your barricade. So yes, you're getting so much health back, and it's insane because you can sit behind that shield the entire time without dying. Honestly, it feels like a better version of the previous Bolt Charge Titan that I was using. And the last little bit of this exotic is that whenever you heal your allies, you also get your barricade back faster. So this works insane in team play. You keep everyone alive, they're getting Bolt Charge, and you're healing them at the same time, and you're getting more barricade spam so you can casting those Bolt Charge shields. So at this point, you're hearing me talk about my arc setup, Bolt Charge, this and that. Let me show you the subclass. Take a quick look at my Bolt Charge Titan subclass. I haven't changed too many of the aspects or fragments whatsoever. The real magic goes down in the stats and the exotic that I was using. But if you haven't used Bolt Charge, let me go ahead and show you what you need to run. For starters, we have Knockout, which is an aspect that also got buffed in Edge of Fate. The Knockout punch deals increased damage, so you're actually destroying ads more reliably with that punch to get your health back. This also counts as an arc powered melee ability, so keep that in mind because a fragment helps with that. Next up, we have obviously the Bolt Charge aspect that I keep talking about, Storm's Keep. So when you sit behind a shield, you generate stacks of Bolt Charge. At 10, you release these lightning strikes that deal insane damage. The best part is, if your allies sit behind the shield, they also get stacks of Bolt Charge, which results in Titan being an incredible pick for doing DPS against chunky targets. As for the rest of the abilities, honestly, it's going to be up to you. I recommend Storm Grenade. This has gotten a couple buffs in the past and it works really well. It deals good damage. Thunderclap is so fun, really good damage. This does chain with knockout, so you do get health regen from these powered melee ability kills. I like to run the Rally Barricade, of course, so you can get those stat bonuses on your weapons as you sit behind the shield, and it does have a little bit of extra taunt against the enemies too, so don't worry about taking all the damage from the AI. This is really the best way to go if you're trying to give your whole team Bolt Charge and yourself. I like Thunder Crash, but of course you can swap it to Fist of Havoc if you want to do more ad clear. As for the fragments, really important here, I want some resistance, so I'm running Spark of Resistance. When I'm surrounded by enemies, obviously I take less damage. After that, we have Spark of Shock, which is going to chain with the Storm Grenade. This applies the Jolting debuff, which is really nice. Enemies just take a little bit more damage, and they Thunder Strike nearby foes as well. Really good, especially on a chunky target. I just love to throw those nades at them. After that, we have Spark of Frequency. So this one states that while amplified, the effects are increased and you gain increased stacks of Bolt Charge from all sources. So yes, it's going to give us a reload speed and stability buff, but I really care about getting that Bolt Charge stacks even more. So this fragment is really important to make sure you max out all the time as fast as possible. And the last fragment is Spark of Amplitude. I absolutely love this one, especially with an arc primary or arc special weapon. As I get a lot of arc kills, I'm generating tons, and I mean tons of orbs, and those orbs are key because we're going to pick those up for ability cooldowns, but also to always regen our health no matter how aggressive we're playing on the field. Okay, so with the subclass out of the way, let's move on to the next important thing, and this one is super complicated, always going to be a work in progress. Like I mentioned, this is version 1 of my Bolt Charge Titan build, and it's going to be getting improved on as time passes by. In Edge of Fate, a lot of stats changed. You no longer are capped to 100 stats. You can now go beyond 100. Some abilities just get bonus damage. Other abilities do completely different things. So the question is, where do I focus my stats? You hear a lot of different combinations that people are going for, and as you continue to grind a PvE, you're going to take a look at the spiky armor set. So Take a look at my numbers now. You can see that I invested a lot into the weapon stat, and it's the only one right now that's above 100, and for good reason. Whenever I buff the weapon stat, I'm going to get increased weapon reload speed and handling. This is incredible so that I don't have to put any reload mods and my guns just feel super fast so I can play aggressive. On top of that, when I get this weapon stat increased, I get more damage against minor and major combatants. In this build, at base 100, I have a 15% damage increase against minors and those major combatants. Now, after the tier 100, we start to get even more damage and some other benefits. For example, our large ammo break chance goes up to 14% with these stat numbers that I invested in. We also get a PvE damage increase against bosses by 2.1%. As I continue to get better armor, I'm going to continue to put even more stats into the weapon stats because I want even more damage. But right now at 100, I love all that damage increase I have against the minor and major combatants. After that, I really prioritize investing stats into my class ability. In case you didn't know, Bungie told us beforehand that tier 7 in Edge of Fate was going to be the equivalent of tier 100. With that in mind, I decided that the minimum I needed was just 70 class so that I can get my class ability as fast as possible that I was used to in the past. And of course, that's going to increase with some of the mods I add into the build and the Crest of Alphalupi benefits. After that, we have 4 remaining stats: super, grenades, melee, and health. So I wanted to get my super as close to tier 7 as possible, but not completely, so I amped that up. I didn't want my grenades to suffer either, as I do want to spam those a little bit, so I amped it up. Now my strength I completely ignored as much as I could because I needed more stat points into health. Health is really important here, and it's a stat point that I'm going to continue to invest into even more in the future versions of this build, mainly because whenever we pick up an Orb of Power, we get health from it. The higher the stat, the more health this Orb of Power gives us. The reason I haven't showed you my weapons is because it is going to be preference. Now that we're in Edge of Fate, there's going to be some new guardians, players that haven't done certain activities in the past, and I'm well aware that not everyone raids. So just to show you, I do have the submission. It's a raid SMG. I have a Cycle Pump, which is Episode Heresy, not available anymore, and Briar's Contempt. But you see the problem, right? You might not have this, or you might have it. But the good thing is that you don't have to use those weapons. While these weapons do bring the build up a lot more, there's going to be some different tools for you to hunt down in Kepler, in Edge of Fate, to replace these weapons, or use different types of art guns that will give you the same type of benefits. I'll elaborate more on the weapons at the end. So for the mods, like I said, since I'm running a kinetic SMG, I got a kinetic Siphon mod. Since I like a arc grenade launcher, I'm gonna run a harmonic siphon, which just makes a lot of more Orb of Powers. I like to run a special ammo finder here since I have a space and I never run out of green. As for the gauntlets, we are going to do 2 different mods that generate more ability energy. So one is bolstering detonation. Grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. Next up, we have impact induction. Causing damage with a power melee reduces your grenade cooldown. And the last mod that I slotted in here was heavy handed. If I get a kill with a powered melee, whether it's knockout or thunderclap, I'm going to make an Orb of Power. As for the chest piece, I like to run resist mods, and this one you can always change to your liking. I run the Trinity, Solar, Void, and Arc Resistance. Can't go wrong with that. For the boots, I'm going to run a couple mods that help with the cooldowns, one for grenades and then one for my class ability. I also have a recuperation mod, mandatory, so I can get my health back on an Orb of Power, and it ties in nicely with the health stat now. To close it out, we have the class item, and in this one, I'm going to run the special finisher. Whenever I have 3 orbs of power, you can finish an enemy and it generates bricks of ammo. That's how I spam a lot of green on enemies in PvE. Next up is powerful attraction. As the orbs rain around everywhere, I can't just run left, right, up, forward, try to get all the freaking orbs on the ground, right? So pop a class ability, powerful attraction just sucks them off. And then the last thing, since I'm popping class abilities, I'm going to use a Reaper mod, make an Orb of Power after defeat. Pretty nice. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's my version 1 Arctine build right now. A completely sauced legendary campaign, and it's been dominating the legendary Kepler areas. So I'm excited to see where this build goes in the future as I unlock new tier gear and make some more adjustments to it with the set bonus builds. Some last final pieces of advice when looking for weapons to help this build, I would suggest some type of arc special or arc primary. You can go for things that generate bolt charge, things that generate great ionic traces because it synergizes with your build. I really like SMGs right now, but use whatever primary that helps you succeed in the content. If you need more range, definitely consider using that. As for the power weapon, obviously preference. Maybe you're better with a rocket launcher. Maybe you can aim better with a linear fusion rifle. Honestly, this is completely up to you, but I am showing you what I'm currently using. If you have these weapons available and you want to do the same exact setup and dominate as hard as I do, there you have it. Anyways, I hope this build helps you. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying Edge of Fate and Kepler. Drop me a like on the video. See you on the next one.